GSP 5. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where you've been. Don't know if you know what I can been. Oh no. That fucking chord changed the game. I thought it ruined the song. That changed the game.
I suck.
That you're fucking shredding over it. Fucking take her home. 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 Oh!
I suck, but it's okay. Welcome to the Trash Cast, the Totally Podcast.
This is called GSP, buddy. You want me to introduce the podcast, or are you going to do
the
it?
podcast that I created. Yeah, why not? People don't know who I am.
Welcome to GSP. God Spilled a Podcast, number 5. I'll take that for you, friend.
Thank you, sir.
That was some fucking fantastic guitar playing. Your first time ever doing country.
My first time ever doing a podcast. My first time ever having a conversation where I think people actually, or at least one person, will kind of listen to me.
You know what?
Dope. It's great.
I've listened to you on about 80% of our conversations.
I'd say, okay, that's good. I'd say about 70.
You've been a growing. You started off, and I felt like kind of like you were a student, you know, and I was kind of just helping you figure out your way along this fucking long and winding road, to take a fucking quote out of Tenacious D.
I love it, and I think that's astute.
And now you're an inspiration. I look up to you constantly. I want to know how to get to where you are now. We're going to get into that.
I want to get to where you are now.
Friends, real quick, for those of you who don't know, most of you already do. This is my good and one of my best fucking friends. All right? One of the original members of Totally Cashed. Filmed the She's Bogus music video. Edited the She's Bogus music video. Helped us with countless fucking situations along the way in our first year. Filmed the fucking first couple live shows. After that, you went on and started your own film company. You filmed fucking Claire Bryant. You're filming future shows. You're a fucking fantastic film producer.
Tentative.
Listen, you're a fucking fantastic film producer, whether you continue to do it or not. Why wouldn't you? Because you're doing a lot of other things. What else does he do? Started a music career. He learned how to play guitar, learned how to play drums, learned how to play bass, learned how to play the fucking guitar and the piano, which is almost the same thing, but one's like this, a fucking guitar.
Yeah.
After that, he started his own fucking career as a musician. Kobe One. All right, he's put songs out. We were jamming last time.
Kobiwan on
Thank you.
Check me out, but I don't really care if you do.
Thanks for helping me out, because I'm just figuring out this fucking shit. Listen.
Love it. You're winging it.
Not only can he fucking do the music, not only can he fucking do the film, he can help with an introduction. And God damn it, can he help like a fucking maniac. You came in, you helped me with the introduction. Last night, I came into your studio, you were cooking, so now you're a chef.
I've always been a chef, but I mean, I've always been good at cooking. I stutter a lot, by the way.
I'm in a fat loss challenge. It smelled delicious. It looked locale and it smelled locale.
How did the cooking?
Fat loss. Yeah, the cooking.
The fat loss challenge smelled good. I was like, yes.
No, it doesn't smell good. It smells like I'm going to
get
pepper sprayed in the face. You smell good right now. Everything you've ever done has smelled good to me. You have been a champion of friendship.
If you're deaf, you can smell my music.
A champion of friendship, which is a term you crave. What is it called?
Coined?
A term you coined.
It's fine.
About other people, and I've taken it now, and I have to apply it to yourself because you're such a champion of friendship. I'm happy to have you here on the fucking 5th episode of God Spilled a Podcast. Everyone, one of the most special guests we could ever have on, one of the funniest people I know, written fucking funny sketch with this guy, Chris Copiter. Wow.
Appreciate it. That was quite the introduction.
Thanks, man. I'm really happy I've got you here. For those tuning in the first time, especially if you're a Monster rep, we're trying to get advertised by your company. So drink Monster,
Drink
zero
Red-
sugar,
Drink
zero
Red
cal.
Bull because it's sugar-free and it's superior.
Or Red Bull reps. Drink
And,
Red Bull.
you
First
can-
one to us wins.
You can catch me taking Travis Pastrana's place in Nitro Circus 2032.
You got anything else you want to plug?
I want to plug Jewel and Subway.
Osco or
Yo, me and Osco got beef, so I'm just want to plug Jewel.
okay.
I just want to say I'm not gonna say anything about Oscar. There's some lawsuit.
Yeah, we don't need to start in a negative. We can start in a positive point.
Yeah, it's just a lawsuit. I got lawyers. I got it all settled, but Jewel's great. I've been tobacco free for 4 months now.
Tobacco free, you're organized. You have lawyers. How do you feel right now?
Heavily addicted to Jewel. Even
You're a
worse.
fucking adult now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can smoke.
Jewels are worse than cigarettes, buddy.
I can smoke my robot cigarette.
You really can.
My robot dick.
Wow.
And it can inject its little robot children into my lungs, and for a brief moment, gives me that more than what I was addicted to before.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
You sound like my lungs.
No! No!
For the first drop of all
Love it.
time, a nice fucking SFX drop. Look at this.
That was great. Love The Office.
Look at you. We got the fucking superb guest. We've got
the
superb sound
Michael
effects.
Scarn.
Look at Scarn.
What's worse than what's fuck? I can't even think of the quote.
You know who you remind me of?
You know what they got in prison? You know what's the worst part about prison? The Dementors.
You know who you remind me of? I was going to save this. But us both fucking speaking poorly. And we got this guy, Dan Marino, who we haven't talked about yet, who usually we get into right away on the podcast. But I've been so focused on your face, your smell, your fucking sense of charm. Let me show you a video real quick of someone who might not be as cool as you
This man looks
after
charming.
watching this clip. I mean, you look at this picture, you think that's one of the coolest guys I've ever seen.
Dude, just to clarify, if Dan Marino is interested, if you're out there listening, because I know you are, Dan, because we rep you hard. If you want to get in a franchise business with me, I got an idea. We're gonna grow little oranges in maybe like the Amalfi Coast, somewhere nice, somewhere classy.
Okay, I like this.
And if you're interested, it'll be called. So there's little Italian oranges. We'll introduce. It'll be invasive, but who cares?
Invasive?
Like, you know, like it's like a, you know.
Is that intuitive? Is the same thing or no?
No, it's like, I mean, it's not native.
Invasive's bad.
It like just like, yeah, I mean, it'll just take over the country.
Not as bad if it's
It'll-
attached to Dan Marino.
And if it's oranges, I mean, who cares? Like,
Oh,
oranges
everyone
are taking
loves
over
them.
my yard. It's
The
better
little
than
ones, the cute ones?
mandarins. Dan
Everyone loves
Marino's mandarinos.
Wow.
Dan, if you're listening,
That's fucking perfect.
hit me up.
Hey, Dan.
I'll roll your wheelchair up those orange groves.
And we know you're listening. He's wrote in. He's a fan of the podcast. When we're looking
Yeah.
to get him on in a future episode, and once we have him on, I think we'll just bring you in and you can talk to him about that, because that's... I mean, you just blew me away right here as I sat here. It rhymes. It's oranges. It's Dan Marino, Florida. But you're not even growing them in Florida. So look at the tax workaround. You figured it out.
We've
That's
also
a profitable
got
business.
We've also got. So this is Shark Tank. They'd be like, all right, well, like, what are you gonna sell in like the non-summer months?
You figured
well,
this out?
Just now.
Dude,
Dan-
look at you're so...
Dan Marino's ski poles.
Wow. So it's a stretch.
It's a stretch,
But
it
are
rhymes.
you saying here that it rhymes? Dan
Just
Marino's ski poles.
just
That
the
doesn't
pole.
rhyme at all.
Just the poles.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna let it slide.
Just pole it.
Just pull it.
It's like Dan Marino ski poles.
You can call it poles out. No.
Dan Marino's
I'm sorry, guys. for that one.
Polish.
Dan Marino's Polish. You're just
He's
selling.
hours
You're
this
just selling
video.
pamphlets and
We'll be
magazines.
able to figure out if he's Polish after this video.
You're just selling pamphlets and magazines, trying to convince people that he's Polish.
Magazine subscriptions to
He's
a
like, you
flyer.
barely have anything here.
Yeah,
This is a 150-page magazine. There's barely anything in here that backs up that he's Polish.
it's just copy paper.
Well, this might back up that he's a monster. Someone sent this in. I don't know what they're talking about. He's a great guy. Could never see him do anything wrong. Just check him out.
You'll get round-trip airfare and tickets to a game, a complete uniform,
Wow, what a
and a
hero.
chance to meet me. Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight.
I'm from Ukraine.
sounds like
he's
George Lopez. Man.
No, he sounds like fucking sounds like he drives a Mercedes and wears only Adidas. Only on the second half of that conversation. But he's like, he fucking pulled off his cowboy boots and threw on his fucking striped Adidas like halfway through, and he's like, hey, I'm Dan Marino. I'm your football quarterback. And then you want to come to my drink vodka with me and my fucking Mercedes.
I can't slip out of accents as fast as Dan Marino.
Neither can
I'd
I.
love to do an
I'd love to impersonate it. Dan Marino. I'd love to do an improvisation. I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it.
God,
for
dude,
you.
he's such an inspiration. Because
I need to see more of this.
Oh, we will. I speak English poorly. He speaks English. This is great. Let's keep watching.
Okay, it's a little long, and I think you flubbed that last.
Did not flub at all. There was no fucking flub. It was not a flub.
There was no fucking flub.
No, come on, let's do it.
No, come on, let's
It's
do
Southern,
it.
it's European, and it's
It's
Mexican.
New York.
I feel like he's just like me.
Take 3, 25-second version, and action.
Hi, I'm Dan Marino from the Miami Dolphins. Welcome to Visa NFL Quarterback Club Week on. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving day. We have more NFL action on this Sunday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. But tonight, you'll get a chance to be my backup quarterback for a day. You'll get round trip, airfare, and tickets to a game, a complete uniform, and a chance to meet me. Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight.
Hey, stay tuned.
Fuck it, send it in.
Fucking send it in.
Oh, please, please, please,
I
please.
don't make.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yes!
Fucking thing sucks.
Yes! I'm killing you with the SFX. Yes. Okay. So maybe Dan isn't as wholesome as we thought. We put him up here as it'd be a nice wholesome token over this podcast, which usually ends up awry.
Hey, Dan doesn't give a fuck, and he doesn't give a just fucking send it, and
Hey, do
then
you
you
think you
come
can-
to drink with me in fucking.
Can you go into a Mexican accent now, please? Well, as you keep going.
Not without. I'm not famous enough to
wanna
do
see how-
it.
Okay. No, you can.
I
Because Dan
can?
did it. We're just impersonating Dan. We're not impersonating a Mexican person.
I can do Dan I can do an impression of Dan Marino impersonating a Mexican guy.
Okay, do it.
Hey, Buenos noches. You want to fucking play a fucking Jersey game with me? You can be my quarterback. Fucking eat some guacamole.
And to enter, just go there. Like, dude, he's so fucking stupid.
Fucking.
It literally sounds like he's
Gonzalez.
learning English, learning Spanish, and just grew up speaking whatever the fuck he thought was English.
It feels like he got
don't know.
punched in the helmet too many times by his dad when he was like 7.
Oh, that video made me feel dumber than I already
Fucking
am.
Dan, you threw a fucking interception. Back in like this
That
fucking
could be what it is.
50s.
It
Like,
could be what it
good hit there, Tim Marino.
The weird thing
wait
is like-
suck it to your son. He won't throw him no more of them interceptions. It's like, fuck you, Dan.
It's just conditioning.
Back in the 50s, it was different.
I wonder if a similar thing happened to me condition-wise, but I'm not that good at anything, so it doesn't make sense. But I slip in and out of accents constantly. I get made fun of it on this podcast. We get people to write in, why is he speaking like this on this episode? Why is he speaking like this? Man, well, now you know. You know, he's a leader, and I will follow him and whatever he wants to do.
Speaking of which, thanks for flying me out into sunny Dallas, dude.
You're welcome, buddy, to our new studio. This studio, we had to sell the other one in Siberia. We had to get this one because, I mean, just look at it. It's got SFX. We got videos. It might look the same. It's because we use green screens.
Dude,
But for the most part,
I mean, it's kind of a lot of green. Like,
being in here is a little too much.
dude, we should green screen in an alligator.
Yeah, no.
Let's do it at the beginning.
Should we?
Yeah, from the start.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a perfect idea. That's a perfect idea.
Yeah. Because that's great.
Then basically it looks like the same studio we've had all along.
We can totally Photoshop
What else?
Monster White on your Pabst Blue Ribbon. I mean, your Monster.
Dude, Austin will never know that I'm drinking Zero Cal Zero Shug.
Dude, he's not drinking.
See?
It's Monster.
Guys, see? Well, I'm drinking Zero Cal Zero Shug. Fat loss challenge is still on.
You lose more
Haven't
weight
given
when
up just
you
yet.
drink Monster, bleed from your colon.
Yeah.
You lose weight.
Yeah.
It's water.
Yeah.
It's water weight.
This isn't doctored.
Yeah, all
This is
that
the Monster energy.
iron in your blood. That's so much metal. Think about how much metal is alone from all the blood in your colon.
That's metal as fuck.
Dude, iron in your colon.
That's metal.
That's got to be.
And that's the name of the new Totally Cash metal album. Iron in your colon.
Oh yeah.
And I can fucking do it with this microphone. I feel like James Hetfield.
You're a musician.
I dabble.
How
Enough
is that?
about me. You want to ask me some questions?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. When did you
Feel
get
free.
started in music?
I got started when I was 12 years old.
Doing what? Like, did you pick up a harmonica or piano, or what was your first instrument? Like, not including like recorder or any of that bullshit. And if you were good at recorder, I still have my recorder. I try to play it. Fucking recorders, not an instrument.
The cool thing about the
a
recorder
dog
is you can
whistle.
put it in the dishwasher. You can't put a guitar in a dishwasher.
You can, but it's not gonna.
You're gonna have to cut it in half, and it's not gonna come out the same.
It's gonna come out
Clean.
definitely not in tune
No.
or in one piece.
That's an easy fix.
It's gonna come out a lot heavier than you put it in, but it'll come out clean.
But it's heavier is a good thing if you're trying to make a fucking metal record.
But what if you're trying to make a jazz record?
Iron in
Put
my
it in the
blood.
dishwasher, make it clean.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it'll put notes in different places.
My
Like,
first instrument was clarinet.
really.
Yeah. I don't because they told me I would be able to play saxophone
What
if I learned
age
clarinet.
did you get glasses?
Oh, way early, like 4th grade. I haven't ever been
Was
able to
that when
see.
you decided when you wanted to play clarinet?
That's probably when I decided it was still a clarinet. Like,
guy-
I thought I
guy
was playing a
had dark
saxophone
hair.
for the last few years.
Only dark hair kids with glasses play clarinet.
I was like, I got to do it now.
It's like, oh,
No.
I'm never
Oh,
gonna make it
shit.
into the fucking Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I'm never gonna eat my seat.
Oh, but I tried to go to saxophone, and the next year they said I could transfer. But there was too many students like Packard Dawkins, who I share the same birthday with and is in the band.
God, I've only heard.
Fucking A.
God,
That kid took my seat away.
and his
as-
saxophone. I swear.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
I tell you, that guy, you'll never see him without a saxophone. It's like, dude, we get it. You're good. You play your
He's
saxophone.
amazing.
But it's like everywhere.
Like, put it down.
Like, dude, like he'll come into like, we'll be doing Pilates, our weekly Pilates / hot yoga class.
It is annoying once he's figured out where you're going to be at that
Well,
time
it's
of
like,
day.
dude, that's just making it harder. Like the
know.
bounces, they don't.
But dude,
Stop bringing your saxophone everywhere. That's all. That's all I ask.
Hey, Pat,
We
if
get
you're
it.
listening, it's cool. We love it. I don't want him to know that we don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want him to know because then he's going to be all upset.
Keeps bringing it over to my house, and my grandma just keeps saying, "Why does this kid always bring a saxophone?"
Dude, last time I told him to put his saxophone down, he showed up outside of my door around
tell
10
ya.
p.m. every night, just playing that, just trying, just begging.
That's Pat.
Yeah. He's doing it to you too?
He's been. I thought that was a stalker. I've notified the authorities more than twice.
Hey, listeners,
okay. Pat,
obviously we're not complaining enough. If Pat's showing up outside of your house, write into us and write into the local police.
And if you don't
Let's
know
get
Pat,
this guy fucking arrested.
Still write in.
Yeah.
Still write in. Show him that
Hey,
it's
but
not okay.
we do
Write
wanna
your
make sure-
freaking congressman.
We do want to make sure he's not arrested by the time we go into the studio. So if he does get arrested, I want him to be released.
I got a few calls to make, but it's okay. We'll do it later.
You can figure it out?
Yeah, I'll figure
Okay, well then we're good. So yeah, call in. Let's get Pat arrested. We'll figure it out later and we'll get him released before we go Fuck! It's happening to me. I'm turning into Dan Marino.
So
I'm turning into Dan Marino.
what do you mean?
Well, let me show you exactly what I mean, buddy. You know that
That
last
clips.
clip where he's freaking out?
This is like a younger
Turns
Dan.
out-
Oh no, this is an older Dan.
Yeah, it turns out he's not that mild
That's
tempered.
not
It
Dan.
gets
is it? Okay, I see.
it gets worse.
Broncos because of Brian Greasy. He's the #1 rated
Brian
quarterback,
Greasy.
and there's a good reason why.
I talked to my man Terrell Buckley last week in Miami. He was on a bye week, by the way, playing golf. He told me that defense is
The dude's like, dude. He's like, dude, do not.
That gets funnier the second time. So
That
let's watch
guy was like,
again.
what did we do? Everyone's like, what did I just do?
The guy next to him loves it.
It's because of Brian Greasy. He's the #1 rated quarterback, and there's a good reason why.
I talked to my man Terrell Buckley last week in Miami. He was on a bye week, by the way, playing golf. He told me that defense is
He told me
Dan
that.
Marino should die of gonorrhea and rot in hell.
Dan Marino. Oh my God, that guy! Look at that.
Dan Marino's awesome.
This guy, he's like, whoa there,
look at
buddy.
that guy,
Like
dude.
that guy's never hit his wife. Like that fucking guy right there.
That guy's never hit his wife.
He's
and
like-
all he's thinking right now is,
Hey, how are you? Why don't you have a seat on that stool right over there for me?
God damn it! All right, I should have fucking calmed down with the sound effects. But look at
That was good. He was like,
Was it good?
yeah, he was like, just to Dan
Just
Marino.
have a seat.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I get a little angry. I get high tempered. I feel like Dan Marino, and I just don't know where I'm gonna go.
dude, I don't give a fuck about Dan Marino.
Sometimes I feel lost. I start freaking out. I flap my arms around just like that.
Yeah,
Now, are you ready to get out? If we can, I'd like to get into a pretty serious topic here.
by the way, this is a designated jewel zone, right?
It is.
Okay.
Feel free to do whatever you want on this
a
podcast.
free space,
Completely
a
uncensored.
safe jewel space.
Yeah.
I love it.
You can even show your asshole. I did it on the third one.
Really?
Yeah, I did. You can piss. Feel free to piss if you need to.
You've already went.
You have perfect.
Yeah, I'm wearing Ensure diapers. Or not Ensure. I drank Ensure, and now my whatever the diapers
You
are,
went-
they're my grandma's. She had too many. I mean, she doesn't know how to use Amazon.
You came here wearing a diaper.
Well, I
you
bought
sat
her
on
a
the couch.
push button for specifically for those diapers, like the Amazon
You
push.
sat on the green screen couch with this fucking diaper. What if it leaks? It's not going to be that green.
Dude, where did you get this couch? Fucking down the block, like from fucking just like one of the homeless people off the street.
We have a lot of couches.
This guy's been.
We have a lot of studios.
Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
I want to get into really quick here. You started out, and you were going to college. Everything was going well for you. Then you ended up back in town. Now, I know I've been frustrated. I've felt lost before. I've been stuck in you. Sometimes when you're stuck in your hometown, for those of you listening right now from our hometown, you're from Libertyville. You're back at home, maybe with the family, living with the family. Maybe you took a break from school and you're on that break. You don't know if you're going back. Maybe you graduated. You're stuck back at home. You don't know what the next step is. Sometimes you can get stuck in that for quite a while, and it gets scary. You lose sight of where you should be going, or you think that maybe you can never reach that goal that you once had. Maybe you fall off path because of drugs, because of partying.
Not me.
And not you. And so here's someone that we can relate to in that you moved back with family. You lived at home for quite a while.
2.5, 3 years. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Dropped out of college when I was 20.
yeah, you dropped out of college, you moved back home, you're with family. Now you got plans of where you want to go, but it's a little foggy and you're trying to figure out exactly what you want to do. Now this is going to be a long path to get out of town, and finally you're out of town. You got a sick pad in Chicago. I was there last night. You're grilling up chicken. We're fucking jamming in the studio. It's sick, and you went from
How'd you like that? It took me a few hours. So basically I took
chicken?
No, well, you
Or
didn't.
the
Well,
studio?
you're on a diet. He actually was. He did for the fat loss challenge. I'm gonna give him credit. Fucking, I spent a lot, quite a few hours preparing. I made buttermilk chicken, fried chicken, and stuff, and it was really good. I would have a hard time passing that up. He did not. Are you checking the camera?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and restart it real quick. Keep going.
And we're back. But yeah, as I was saying, I made all this this fantastic meal, probably pretty unhealthy, but it was really good. Took me a long time, and he passed it up because he's on this weight loss challenge, and I commend you for that. It's hard to.
It was hard, dude. It smelled honestly. It smelled fantastic.
It took me a long time.
I don't know
to
if that was Mongolian barbecue, if that was chicken, if that was what.
It was buttermilk fried chicken, but I wouldn't have been able to pass that up.
You had veggies.
They
I'd never
kind of
seen
sucked.
before in that
I kind of
vegetable.
winged it on that. That's half my. I mean, if you cook, dude. I mean, honestly, cooking is so easy. People overestimate it. You just have to. It's just the time, and you can make something. And what the work you put into it makes you appreciate it more.
That is true.
Right.
So now we were in back here, and thanks for cooking that and letting me at least experience to get to see what it's like, your pad, what it's like when you make a meal for the boys. What a good friend. And then your studio and kind of what it's like to jam over a Kobe One track. Now, before you had the studio, before you had the Chicago apartment,
The
before,
official studio, yeah.
and before you were cooking these meals, you were stuck in a rut in Libertyville. You had no way to get out, and it was a long and winding road, to quote Tenacious D, if I may.
Love it.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect way we could do this. And
perfect.
And you came out now on top just a week or two ago. You moved to Chicago. You're finally out of Libertyville. You're finally out of the hometown. You're finally not living with a family. How'd you do it? Like, how did you persevere? What jobs you had to take? You've been a gas station attendant. You've been a car wash employee. It's a long and winding road. It's a long way to the fucking top if you want to rock and roll. And now you're rock and rolling. I used to look at you as a student, and now I'm looking at you as a teacher and a leader. And I've been following you and inspired by you for, the last few months, just seeing you crawl out of this cocoon, blossom into a beautiful butterfly.
Love it. Appreciate that.
And I think a lot of our listeners out there who are stuck at home right now, probably listening in their houses right now, they need to help on how do they get out of here.
Dude, congrats on 1 million listeners, by the way.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. And that's why I feel like we finally have the chance to start helping people and stop talking about this crazy shit we always talk about. How did you get out of the trap? How did you persevere through these jobs? How did you stay on path to get out of town? And what steps did it take? And how was it, man?
Well, that's kind of a long...
The best pure passer I think that ever played.
Fucking Kobe won.
No, tell me, really.
So the more sound bites you do, the I'm just gonna lose track.
I'm not playing any sound bites. I think there's a malfunction with our sound machine.
Dude, you gotta get this. Why'd you hire a homeless dude for the producer? He smells
because
like
we fired the rest of the
garbage.
staff in the last podcast. I get upset with them and I get angry.
He is masturbating in the corner.
I know, but for some reason it makes me feel comfortable.
Why? He's literally
the other people would always be staring at me.
Anyways,
he's staring at the corner.
Anyways, to answer your question,
yeah. Please.
I mean, it's kind of like a. There's
the most prolific passer.
He has his hand. History. He has his hand. You're masturbating,
quarterback,
dude.
That this generation.
I just want to yell at him.
Seen.
Whatever. Oh, he's drinking.
I'm sorry.
He's masturbating with his hand on the mixer.
Is he over there masturbating?
Dude, you have to pay attention to the sound clips. I told you that one doesn't cut off.
What?
I told you that one went on a little
Trev,
too long.
He's just looking at us now. He's not even.
Go ahead and go back and masturbate in the corner.
Dude.
We'll figure it out in post. We'll do it in post.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, see how uncomfortable it is when people are staring at you? The staff is staring at you?
You won't stop looking at me.
I know. That's why we fired the producer, the manager, everyone.
We'll fire
the whole
it.
Staff.
So, basically, long story short, since I don't think I'm ever going to get to the end of this answer.
No.
I mean,
masturbating again.
honestly, I kind of always thought after I left college that I was more like tailored towards like doing, or I was pretty much stuck doing trade jobs that I could make decent money at, and I could kind of like get by. But I always thought I'd kind of be around Libertyville unless I got certain skills that like would be sort of universal wherever I went. And so I got some trade certificates and random stuff at College Lake County.
And during this time, are you working?
Full time.
Where? Like different jobs?
Oh
or
my god! Well,
give us a run through of.
So during this time I was working at a gas station. I was working at cleaning vents in Cabrini Green in public housing. I was making good money doing it, and that's the only reason why I did it. But then I had like just a really shitty boss, and like long story short, I was doing like property maintenance, and then busting my ass and just kept my head down, did the work, and then went throughout my day after that, and then continued to work at a gas station until I kept going to school and worked there for about a year full time, and
laboring at the car wash.
Yep. And then
like that's for those listening right now, not to cut you off, but that's a fucking hardcore job. If you come back from college and you're stuck in the car wash, what's going through your head on like a busy fucking day?
It's just I have to fucking deal with customers. Well, see the way that I go about things is like I'm just worried about my my job for the day, and like all right, if you fucking hate your job and let's say you work at Starbucks and you go in there every day with a fucking attitude and you can clearly hate your job. Don't work there. Like, nobody wants to be around you. You don't want to be there. There's other options, and like, you're only making everybody's day worse. You're making other people not like you and not want to come back because of you. Like, so if you represent some place, at least with like a little bit of respect for yourself, and just, it's not the customer's fault that you're working a shitty job. It's your fault. So, but you have a job, so work it, do it right, and then go home and fucking scream at your car windshield. Do whatever that's not hurting any other people. Do what you got to do, but go to work sober, clear-headed, and plan out your day, and expect to be there later, and expect to sometimes start earlier, but always expect to stay later. Don't put yourself in the mindset that, oh, I'm scheduled for an 8-hour shift, so I'm off at 8 hours. Like, because then you're just, and right as it hits, 9 o'clock or whenever the time you're off, you're just going to be disappointed every single second after that. You're like, oh, I'm staying late. Like,
and it's probably a similar way that you look at being stuck in Libertyville. Like, you don't look at it like, I'm going to be stuck here for this amount of years or this amount of time. It's just like, let's just go.
It's always just a matter of time. And it's just, when I get the opportunity, it's just take it and run with it. And that's kind of what happened. A lot of things worked out for the better that I'm not going to get into, but basically got a great position that I never expect.
Well, and let's get there. Let's get to that.
We can get there, yeah.
So you're at the car wash. You're working, and then you started working different trade jobs.
And
you started getting into HVAC.
I worked in HVAC service for installing fucking air conditioners
for the city at first, dude. That was intense.
That was cleaning furnaces in public housing, so they didn't want me to be there. I didn't want to be there.
Some shitty jobs, man.
But yeah, I mean, I could talk to enough people. I never felt. But I mean, it's just keep your head down and do your work. Don't never get into up like other people's shit when you're working.
That's the fucking attitude.
Yeah, just do your job. Keep your head down. Don't ask questions. And if they tell you to do something or they tell you not to go there, if they tell you not to open a door, don't fucking open that door.
Right.
Like, don't. That's not your job. Like, if they say, like, be like, I only make this much an hour or whatever, and you'll be all right. Nothing will happen. Like, they can, and as long as you're honest, you're nice, and you just get in, get out as fast as you can if they need you to, or you get the vibe. You have to sense people and not be a dumbass, and just be self-aware of where you're at, what you're doing, how much you're making, and
yeah.
But don't just be like, oh, just because I'm making minimum wage, like, I have to have a shitty attitude. Think of it as this is a step towards making more money. Maybe not here, but somewhere else.
And then this might lead to that.
Yeah,
which for you it did.
Yeah, and then it just kept literally landed a job that I shouldn't never have gotten even an interview for, because I just did my research, kept going through. That's another interview process, is just get as many as you can, even if it sucks, and you'll learn from each interview. So you'll understand the questions that they're going to ask you. You're going to understand, like, so then you can reflect on it and be like, I did not know how to answer that question. That's why I didn't get a second call or whatever. And then Google that, whatever you got to do, and then keep that in your mind. Google everything around that, and then you'll find things online, and then all of a sudden they'll ask you that question. You'll be like, boom, I know it. Boom, right? And then they'll be like, this kid's an expert. And then that's not necessarily what I do. I knew what I was talking about when I went through my interview and everything, and I knew, but I was better prepared. And
And you've never really had the problem where you show up late, where you're at work, where you're not working. I've seen you show up late. I've never seen you be at work and like not be about it. Like just
back when I was in my teens. But I mean, I can't
attest to that. I've been working with you since past then.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was about 20, when I realized, oh shit, I'm not in college. Like, what am I gonna do with my life? And I hit a hard brick wall of like serious self-reflection and consideration of,
that's a weird time, man.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna be? How long do I want to be at home? And what is my main focus? And is it like, do I want to focus on girls? Do I want to focus on getting drunk? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? And I mean, there's a lot of focus, a lot of distractions and everything, but you have to put yourself past that. And then, I mean, people listening to this that know me are probably like cringing or whatever, but basically,
I know you just as well or better than some of them. And I saw you during the time where you came back from school and you didn't know if it was gonna be babes. What the fuck's gonna be going on here? And then I saw you consistently build and get a better job and get a better job and get a better job until now you have a great job. It doesn't define you as a person. You have a fucking studio in your house. You have a music career. You have a bunch of film gear.
I'd say
but you have things, you have shit going on, and you have passion and hobbies outside of work. But this job can support that.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Is like find a hobby, find something that you get into, and don't listen to all the noise. People, I mean, they'll tell you constantly what. I mean, people will tell you, and your friends will tell you shit like that. Maybe they don't intend it to, or they don't make it sound that way, but it'll just bring you down.
Right.
And if you sit and reflect on that and be like, oh, people don't like you, whatever, like you're just asking to have a bad night and to not go to bed satisfied. And what I've learned, and I've done that plenty of times, like where it's just like you stay up all night and you're like, you can't sleep because something's bothering you and whatever. And then when you have to put yourself in the mindset of like, how was that person thinking? What was I doing? What did I do to cause that? And then if you can't answer any of those questions clearly, or you can't find an answer, then that person's probably an asshole. And they're probably not someone you really should care about their advice. Maybe they're fun to be around, but like, if it's someone where you can literally be like, why do I give a fuck what, this person, that person thing, like, doesn't matter.
It's not worth the mental energy.
Fuck no.
Yeah. Now, was saving money ever like a part of moving forward and getting like the did you ever save money while you're getting jobs?
What's up, Raw? I think that's Raw.
Raw's walking in the door right now. We're going to act like he's not walking in the door because we are actually in Dallas.
Yeah. Well,
we're looking on the monitor right now as he walks into the apartment in Chicago.
Spirit Airlines, baby.
All right, buddy. Well, let's move on here.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Were savings a part, and was saving money, because that's something I've never been able to do. Was that a part of getting out, or was it really just once you got the better job, you can go, now I've got the income to support this, and now I can move out of town?
Well, hindsight is always pretty, like they say, hindsight's 20/20. But so looking back, like I would have done things different, but I also didn't see why saving money would be relevant for me. I'm like, I'm gonna be going to college anyway, so in my teens I didn't really give a shit, and I was just kind of like just spending whatever money I made, as much as I made, and was super, like I would consider myself pretty generous. I mean, that probably stems from...
No, you are. One time I put up a post asking someone to buy me fucking a pack of Dan's. You sent me a $15 Venmo and we're like, forget about it. You are also being generous with ripping the fucking jewel. It's a jewel designated area, I know, but let's not rip it into the microphone, maybe.
Oh yeah,
For those people at home trying to listen to your story.
Yeah, I keep trying to... Yeah,
it's okay. You're just going to insinuate them to pick up their fucking jewel and rip one. Which it is your sponsor, so maybe you were on here just to sabotage everyone to be ripping their jewels the whole time. See? Jewel and Subway. You've done it.
Oh shit. Wrong motto.
Yeah.
I'll get it next time.
No, it's fine. Just know your sponsors, and like me, I know much like the back of my hand, but they won't sponsor us. So maybe it's all about not knowing your sponsors. I'm not here to veer you off your fucking topic.
Monster.
So now you're in Chicago, and now you've got...
Saving money was never a big...
It was never part of it.
Saving money it was an issue for me. It was something I never considered, something I never really worried about. And then until you're in between jobs and you're like, I can make this, these last two paycheck and a half or whatever, last until I find another job. And then you're just... it's just being irresponsible. It just goes back to basically wanting, like, I wouldn't say, oh, he's got the Popeyes.
Raw, everybody.
Hi, good morning.
Goodbye.
Good morning.
Please. Go ahead and close the door, thanks.
Yeah,
We shouldn't have put a fucking studio right there in the Miami studio. We had the fucking side studio over there, the green room.
We need like a sign that says recording in progress.
This Dallas studio is just... I don't know who made this, but we're going to have to relocate again.
We left our sign in Miami.
Why would we ever put the green room on the other side of the camera? It doesn't make sense. You know what? We figured out the green screen. We finally got the right green screen. We can pretty much doctor anything when we want.
Why would we?
But now we got the fucking green room right next to the studio. You know what? This is why we have to stop hiring homeless people to be doing things for us. We're gonna go back to a professional
Dude,
crew.
are you done, man? I'm not even talking to him.
I'm so mad at that motherfucker for just being over there and masturbating. Before we got here, he was messaging us the last 2 weeks. Guys, Medio Killer Studio. Yeah, it was killer until we found out the green room's right there.
Bro, he was AIMing me. AIMing me.
He needs to get with the fucking times.
Dude, I got like a fucking like notification from like.
I'm gonna restart the video. Please continue. Started just because of fucking. We don't have enough money because we keep buying fucking studios.
Yeah,
We don't have enough money to pay for a fucking new camera.
We'll figure it out.
Look at this.
What?
Still got some time on this one.
Yeah, how much?
I'm gonna restart it.
How much?
10 minutes left on that sucker.
On that
15.
fucking sucker.
I
All right,
deal
no
with that.
cuts. But yeah, I don't. This is boring.
No, you know what? It's not for me because I've been stuck in Libertyville. I've got out. And for those of you who just heard this story and you're thinking when we were talking earlier and he was like, if you don't like the job, then get another one.
Not necessarily
Listen,
get one. Just don't be a fucking asshole at your job.
That's what I'm going to get into here. It's about showing up and having the right mindset. And that job doesn't define you. Don't let it define you. It didn't define him. It still doesn't. But don't let it fucking define you. I've been in there before. It's hard. It's a long process. Maybe you need multiple jobs, but don't get stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can hit him up. You can hit me up if you need help on this fucking subject. We're gonna lighten the mood now, and I'm gonna play a video. I had a video of a guy I pulled up today that I was stoked to show you. And last night when we were jamming, after we were jamming, you had mentioned, "Hey man, if this would be a great clip for the podcast. Have you seen this guy?" And I was like, "Chugs, I have him. I have Chugs loaded up for us in the podcast." Now, I haven't seen the one we're about to watch here. This has been recommended by you. And,
oh shit, yeah.
No, I put it in.
So backstory on this guy, he was actually he was a professional eater back in the day. He's had a YouTube channel since like 2002. And he was on Kimmel, like around Jimmy Kimmel around that time, as opposed to like Stanley Kimmel. He's on Kimmel at that time.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, it's not Stanley. That's like public access. Not joking. But yeah, and
I want to make it Stanley Kimmel so bad now.
Damn.
Hi, I'm Stanley Kimmel.
Just the worst comedian. But he, Badlands Chugs, man, he's the OG. He, you guys gotta watch for us. You gotta see for yourselves. He has real talent.
Let's check him out.
Yeah.
Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the 80-ounce Mountain Dew Challenge.
The ALS Mountain Dew Challenge, is that what he said?
80 ounce. He's pouring all that. It's just fucking frozen.
Like,
that'd be a challenge,
Chugs,
dude.
your music is really making it difficult here.
It's basically,
Mountain Dew.
yeah, 4 bottles of Mountain Dew, and then probably skip ahead to like a minute 30. Yeah, just keep going until he starts.
Chugs, man.
Right about here. Yeah, so he's got 4 different flavors, 80 ounces. Yeah, I'd just roll it.
Code Red.
Code Red, man.
Start with Code Red.
Straight cough syrup.
Oh no!
Where is it going?
How is it? Where is it going?
Wait. He's got something coming up. Something's up. Something's brewing. Oh,
Dude,
there's one.
I know what you're fucking talking about now.
It just disappeared. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
85%.
He's got something brewing. Ready?
Voltage.
He's got something's brewing. You don't chug that much Mountain Dew. Oh. As fast, if not faster, than it can come out of that
Last but
bottle.
not least, good old.
Yeah, it's faster when they put it into the bottle.
Faster than they made.
Fuck yes. And the fucking regular Mountain Dew here, putting it down the hatch.
Dude, it's just pouring.
Oh my god,
It's like,
where is it going? Now,
Dude,
if we describe this man, his neck. Last night you told me. Now there's this video of him chugging the Mountain Dews, and there's this thing. I don't know if it's a neck, but
It's
there's
like a
thing.
pelican.
It's like and I see it now.
Yeah, it's like, dude, next video's got to be
There's a storage compartment there.
if they made see, he loves soda, so if he like could chug fish, I'm sure he could chug like I don't know, 8, like good size, like whatever, tilapia or whatever.
I think
like
that he could really put down fish into that.
Dude, like a pelican, just fly away.
But I like this guy, and the video I pulled up earlier, was he's a wholesome guy. I mean, this guy's like the opposite. He's like a real legend. He's the opposite of Shoe Nice. He's like a champion of YouTube.
Yeah, he's not gonna comment. He's not gonna like.
We shouldn't bring him up.
No, yeah. He who shall not be shall not be named.
Seashore.
By the seashore. Anytime you mention that dude, he's gonna show up in your YouTube comments, and then he's gonna fucking make a video. He's gonna like write your name on a bed sheet in like blood behind you, and be like, "Hey everybody, Shoe Nice again. I'm about to eat 60 feet of toilet paper in 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, Shoe Nice."
Get me out of here!
Hey everybody, it's Shoe Nice again.
Hey Shoe Nice.
We had a lot to talk about, you and I. Why don't you just have a seat right there, please?
Oh, is that the 17 sticks of deodorant? I'm gonna eat it in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, Shoe Nice.
I'm really happy that deodorant exists. We probably would have ended up seeing him on Dateline eventually.
Dude.
But he's been obsessed with deodorant. He's been busy. He's
Bro,
been homeless, actually.
He was on like the scene. He was on Dateline, and they had to cut him out because they're just like,
it was just too much.
Dude, I'm Chris Hansen. I'm here. There's no kid. He's like, no, he's here. I can smell him. You're like, dude, you're too crazy. Just kidding, Shoe Nice. You're good.
Before Shoe Nice learns that he's part of this video and starts flagging all of our videos and railing us with comments, I want to show you another king of the YouTube when it comes to eating. And this is going to go into a whole segment I'm going to start here on this podcast called People Eating in Cars. This is a guy, Joey. Let's check him out.
Oh, Joey's World Tour?
Yeah, you know about him?
Dude, do I ever. Yeah.
Hi everyone, this
oh
is
my
Darcy
God, I've never seen this one.
Today I'm doing Bob Ross, the joy of cereal. That's
I
right.
thought he was gonna eat paint. I literally thought he was gonna eat paint.
No, that'd be Shoe Nice.
So, FYE.
He just got done eating paint.
FYE exclusive.
Oh,
you can find their link below.
No, he definitely got done fucking smelling some paint.
Dude, he's doing something.
Paint.
You can't be a 40-year-old man and act like this.
He's bought a Bob Ross like oil set, sniff that, and he's like, I'm just gonna eat the cereal. I wouldn't be surprised if he eats the entire box.
So
the entire box.
Some things just genuinely piss me off. Like when people are just going with the flow, like they know what's going on, but they pretend like they don't. This is fucking Lucky Charms. And he starts talking about the marshmallows and how it's like marshmallows and this, and it's so cool and unique. You're a fucking asshole, dude.
No,
we've known about these our whole lives.
Dude, we know, but I have not known about this my entire life.
So we're gonna watch an adult man.
What's throwing me off is he normally wears like one of those hats you get at Disney, like those caps, and it says Joey on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, if you are going to Disney by yourself, obviously wearing that hat, you gotta visit from Mr. Dateline coming up. You have to take a seat right over here.
He might be the next fucking victim.
No, he's not gonna be a victim. He's just.
He like be driving by in his car.
He is a pedophile. He is a pedophile for food.
Yeah, no,
he's a pedophile for fast food. He will do anything in his power.
Well, you know
to
what?
Just, dude, he has a perverted sexual attraction to fast food.
I have a perverted sexual attraction to him, but in this episode, he's not
eating
eating fast food. He's eating cereal in his car, which is fucking disgusting, and no one should ever be doing that.
First off, who makes a cereal after paintings? Like who?
And Lucky Charms, but
you ever look at your bowl of cereal and be like, I could paint that.
Listen, if you're the type of person that's eating cereal in your car, if you're the type of person that's cutting your toenails in your car, you're a fucking dickhead. But let's watch this fucking dickhead.
So,
hey, he's a sweet guy.
Now you can pour yourself a happy little bowl of delicious Bob Ross cereal.
Wow.
And now I get the wig.
Bob
Making
Rice,
sense now.
Bob Ross is a famous baker, and we're going to try his cereal today. So let's...
Are you going to try his cereal or are you going to fuck it?
Yeah, no, it sounds like
you're about to cut a hole in that box.
Up his ass.
He's about to cut a hole in the box.
Okay, muchachos and muchachas, this is Bob Ross's The joy of cereal. So let's pour some in here.
It's gonna be way too
What
much.
do you think about that? Pretty neat stuff, huh? So
I was
let's
gonna
try
say-
this out. I got the
Oh
bowl
my!
here.
And
stay tuned after the review.
I mean, it's like 4
An update
p.m.
on Joey's World Tour.
So
Do you think he has children?
no,
Like it would be.
I don't think he's
I would
allowed
be
to
so
see any
fucking
nieces
upset
or-
if my dad did this shit.
dude, he eats way too much cereal.
I'd rather my dad be a cuck than fucking be this guy.
I mean, he's happy. I mean, he just wait till he eats it. I want to see what sounds he makes when he eats it.
Yeah, dude, this guy's fucking
Gaming. Here we go, everyone.
Oh god.
It's almost a consistency of
Lucky Charms and cereal. You dumb fuck.
cereal with marshmallows.
Like
Yeah.
the water you put your brush in to clean it off when you paint.
He starts just making these long
so there's
fucking
little
stretches.
little marshmallow things that represent
Marshmallows?
shooting stars.
Yeah, it's Lucky fucking Charms, buddy.
Dude, oh my god.
No. This is what someone does with his whole life, man. He's got his merch in his car. He lives in his fucking car. He's eating breakfast in his car and trying to put it up like it's a fun video.
Bobby.
The only reason he's not eating fast food right now is because there's no fast food that's fucking open. Wow.
So good, Bobby.
Dude, you can. He has to catch his breath in between each bite. And man, is he even tasting? Oh my god, he's not even tasting the marshmallows.
No, he's just fucking putting it down the hatch. He's just shooting it down the fucking hatch, man.
God,
it's crazy.
How old do you think he is?
That guy's at least 40 something. He's been doing these videos. He's an OG too. He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, he's probably like 40.
I mean, this is a guy who's got 396,000 pounds and also subs. He looks worse than Austin, which is fucking very hard to do.
I'm not fat shaming. I actually thought you were naming his weight.
I love fat shaming because it got me to start losing weight again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't really look at someone and be like, that person's this many pounds. It's like you.
I can look at Austin and think you're easily over 400. Austin and Eric easily over 400 each.
Really?
And as I fucking put them down, our fans are probably looking in here saying, "You're not doing shit. You've been sitting down making a podcast." I'm like the next Joe Rogan. I made 3 podcasts today, and I did some workout regimes, and I'm gonna do one right now while you tell us about your music career, Kobe Wan, and where you want to go with it, what it's all about. I'm gonna sit down and start doing some sit-ups, and then I'm gonna take a piss. Just fucking let us have it, man.
My music career. I mean,
yeah.
If you really want to listen to me talk, if you haven't been,
I'm gonna do some sit-ups.
Are you actually?
I'm gonna have to.
Get it done. Well, I mean, I wouldn't really consider it a career. I would consider it, I guess, a hobby, something I do. And I promote very, very lightly. Gonna stick to one Facebook post to try not to spam people because I used to suck. And I've been like trying my hand. You gotta get up higher than that. Yeah, knees to elbows, bro.
You're higher?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta piss first. It's making it hard to do sit-ups. I'm gonna piss. I can hear.
How much time's left on that?
Let me check. Oh, fucking, we're on low battery. Good call, though. All right, we're on low battery. We got fucking like 5 or 10 minutes left of the podcast.
Let's just stick to questions.
I gotta piss.
Go piss. Turn the camera off.
Episode. If I don't piss, it's not a real episode.
Turn the camera off.
No, it's gotta go.
Is it on? It's on right now?
Yeah, it's not going on. Piss it. It's not a
Oh
real
shit.
episode.
Well, Kobe Wan, that's a stupid name I made up, which is fucking awesome. Just like on a whim, because it sounds like Obi-Wan. I don't know if you caught that. And I've been playing like drums. I guess was the first. Well, I guess like back in the day, in 4th grade band, when my parents would force me to play, I played cornet. It's like a smaller trumpet, and I was pretty good at that. Like for like being a 5th grader, slay hot cross buns like nobody's business. And after that, moved on to drums like a little bit, learned like 2 Blink-182 songs, and had this like way too over the top drum set. And then moved to piano, got better when I was in college with the help of one of my friends. And since I was about 13, was just producing really, really shitty beats on my laptop and computer and whatever. any pirated software I could get my hands on. Started Fruity Loops. Then I've been working on Ableton Live for about, I don't know, probably 6 years, and I probably got really good at it and understood it. Probably 8 years I've had, 8 or 9 years. Cause I've had it since 2012.
I mean, but you really just started putting all everything.
You don't have
together.
to do sit-ups right now.
I do.
Okay.
How are we gonna close this thing out if I'm not fucking trying?
I don't know how you're planning on closing this out.
Is it make you uncomfortable?
I'm just winging it.
No, you're doing a great job.
But
I'm
basically
gonna
now,
be asking you questions.
Now,
I got the mic.
You can check my SoundCloud out, Kobe One. I play guitar, do a few different things.
And last night we were jamming, and you hit record, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling that you hit record. I felt really good about the jam. Is there any chance you could send that in? We could play that over this part, maybe.
That jam? No, it would take too long. Something would have to prepare, like next time or whatever.
That's what I mean.
You can figure out for later. But
this comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
we have fucking time.
Yeah, but it's over like an hour. No, we're not dealing with that.
The jam?
Not now. This is awful right now. What are you doing? This is so professional.
Calm down. Will you? You know what's unprofessional? Come on someone's fucking podcast, and while they're trying to do a workout, you start putting them down.
Dude, I just let somebody's fucking podcast and start working out.
I just let you fucking plug your fucking self. Now answer the fucking questions. Can you send me that fucking jam record last night? I can put it in the fucking podcast.
Not today.
Another day. Perfect. So you can get it in because this podcast doesn't come out for 3 weeks. You want me to fucking sit down and take control podcast? This is what fucking happens. Hey guys. Got a little Dan Marino going through my blood right now. Because some people don't want some people to be happy. Some people want some people to get fucking pepper sprayed. Then can I do some sit-ups?
Why do you have to? We've got like 2 minutes left on the podcast.
We got 2 minutes left of the podcast, but that's 2 minutes fucking wasted.
Dude. Okay. Do your fucking sit-ups. Do them.
It's just time for me to do sit-ups. And, look it. I already lost the window to eat. Because I'm a fucking champion and it's hard to do fucking podcasts. This
is a great
like
podcast,
Joe Rogan.
by the way.
It was. This was actually one of the better podcasts I've ever done.
You think?
1,000% dude. First of all, sick fucking soundboard.
Kobe One, SoundCloud.com/Kobe1. One word. You can see.
Mister, get this off of me!
Get me out of here! But yeah, I haven't posted anything in a while since I've been moving in. Just built a new studio, so for whoever cares, listen to whatever music I put on there. If not, I don't really care.
Okay, well, you're awesome.
Look, Dan Marino's awesome.
And I'm going to do a few sit-ups as we close this thing out. I got a few more questions to ask you. Now, I think we've had a lot of wild times. You don't have to include the most wild times, but are there any times we've been fishing before, we've gone around and we've been doing things? What are some of your most fond memories? I got a bad memory, and if you could just...
I have a horrible memory too, but I can maybe...
Well, I mean, maybe you can just jog mine, and we can go back and forth on maybe a good, nice memory we used to have. I like the times where we fished, but I can barely remember the times we fished.
I don't even remember.
Maybe we haven't fished, and we've just talked about fishing. But either way, let's just talk about...
I hate geese too.
Maybe let's talk about a good fucking memory we got.
A good memory we got. I mean, aside from all of the amazing free work I've done for you.
All right, go on. That's more just friends doing
flex.
Things. So yeah, weird flex, but go on. Okay. We'll brag, but not really. Memories, buddy.
Memories, bud. I mean, there are, dude.
Oh, the ones I got are illegal. But listen, those are still great memories. I had a fucking good time with you.
There's been quite a few. I mean,
I would have had time to get some more fucking sit-ups in.
I wish
I was being berated.
I wish I was like Hillary Clinton and I fucking got these questions in advance so I could prepare for it.
Doesn't everybody, buddy? Listen, that was a great podcast. We watched videos. We talked about things. I played sound effects. We checked out our new Dallas studio.
I took the mic off the stand.
You did, and I did. Cheers, by the way. And we also learned that we got to relocate again. The green room is right there. Hey, Raw.
Next podcast.
Can you close this out with us?
Raw's
in the green room getting a massage and eating food because we have more podcasts to record later tonight.
I was just at the happy ending part, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. The happy ending part. Let me just green screen this out of here.
Let's give you a mic, and why don't you recap the podcast that you just did not hear or listen to? I think that'll be the great way to end this. Just go ahead and recap it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening again to God Spill the Podcast. This is Rawl here with Chris Kobiter, a.k.a. Kobe1, and I'm here as well with Trevor Trash Sites. We very much enjoy your viewership, and we thank you for all of your time, and please come again.
A recap.
A recap.
Yeah, everything that happened.
So first, I came in with Popeyes.
No, everything that happened.
Oh, everything. Okay.
Yeah, the whole
so,
thing. Recap the podcast.
First, what happened? See, in the beginning,
Just give us like a three-peat.
A three-peat?
Yeah, just this,
Okay.
this. Then we wrap it up.
In 1996, I believe Michael Jordan won his first championship ring, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that's
He won one. Was it 96 or was it 97?
Well, 96, Mankind threw Undertaker threw Mankind off of Hell in a Cell.
That's true.
And he tumbled 20 feet down through the announcer's table.
And didn't he break something?
Okay,
in his
and then
back?
the next,
Yeah, he broke his back.
and then we started talking
And then he climbed
about,
back, and then Mankind climbed back on top of the cage.
And then he did it again.
And then he did it again.
Yeah, he went through the ring there.
And they did not intend for that to happen.
Yeah.
He climbed back on.
Can we just start? So we just talk
And I
about
was also
wrestling?
born in 96.
That was a nice recap.
Yeah.
So I'm 67 years old today.
This is exactly what we've been talking about on this podcast. That was a nice recap. If you're joining us, you just joined in, you heard what we've been talking about, just go back and listen.
And watch.
If you didn't,
Or don't.
Maybe you've been watching the whole thing again, go back and watch it again. We need viewers. Haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. Guys, that was maybe one of the best podcasts I think that's ever been done, maybe in the world. I worked out. We watched videos. We did sound effects.
SoundCloud.com/Kobe1. If you want to listen, if you don't.
And do it.
I don't.
If you don't, you're a piece of shit.
You know what?
They don't listen.
Or maybe
Nobody
you can.
listens.
You know what?
I'm pretty sure like my grandma listens
if you
because I
don't,
downloaded SoundCloud on her phone.
If you don't, you'll hear it in the Coachella teaser
It's good, dog.
4 years
Yeah,
from
it's
now.
Actually, I do use it. I put it in the background for all my porn compilations that I make.
I love it.
All the facial
All right, and
compilations.
why I made it.
I'm gonna close up the cast because it's been a nice, wholesome cast before. I mean, we got things going on here. Raw's in the midst of a massage. Who knows where his mind's at? Guys, thanks for so much for joining us. Cobes, thanks so much for joining us. Fuck!
Dan Marino.
Fuck!
Trevor.
And before we all
Leaving
leave
me
here,
hanging.
one more time, let's just watch our new favorite video.
Because
have
of
to leave it
Brian
here
Greasy,
now.
he's the #1 rated
have
quarterback,
to
and
leave
there's
it.
a good reason why.
I talked to
Stop
my
me
man
hanging.
Terrell
I know, I
Buckley
gotta leave. No,
last
it
week
was for
in Miami.
Trevor.
He was on a bye week, by the
I had to
way,
leave.
playing golf. He told me that defense
You left me hanging. It's okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's okay.
It'll be all right.
Fuck! Well, what if we don't have homeless men setting our shit up for us, and they can do this sound stuff, and they can do the videos? I'll be giving you high fives.
Yeah,
And
we gotta put a
I'll be paying
blanket over him
attention.
or something.
Yeah, we gotta figure out why everyone's pissing on this podcast. Guys, thanks for joining us.
This is my first ever
GSP5,
podcast.
Sending it out.
Welcome.
Let's
if
just
you
do a.
if you've never heard me talk before, probably won't want to hear me talk again.
Hey,
This
guys,
is my
and
music because I don't talk.
Here's something I wanted to try out this time. In rock and roll, they got encores. Never been done before in a podcast. I want us to walk off the screen. And if you're at home right now and you're thinking, man, that wasn't enough. I just need some more GSP. Well, start cheering right now and start chanting GSP at the top of your lungs. And once we can hear you, we'll come back out and we'll wrap this up again for you. Okay. All right. Wow. I guess it was a good podcast. You see what happens? That's called perseverance pays off. We learned a little bit of that today from our friend Cobes. We learned a lot about 96 Hell in a Cell. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by.
Which camera did I look at? Oh, it's been so long.
I know. You know what? Guys.
This one? That one. Okay.
Thanks for calling us back in here. It means a lot that we got loyal listeners willing to chant GSP. Go out and chant GSP all week. We'll see you next time. Party on, world.
Thanks for listening to my podcast that I created.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to our podcast, GSP, that we created.
Welcome to the first episode.
Party on, guys. That was good.